Alrighty, this is K4PEW, net control for the Mount Juliet Simplex Radio Net. I'll be looking for check-ins in for a minute, but first we're going to dispense with, let's see, I'm just going to skip with that priority thing, man. After 14, almost 12 years, I'm so sick of asking for priority. It's so dumb. Everybody in ham radio knows. Anyway, for information on our net, you can see on YouTube, you go to K4PEW in the search block, and it'll bring up, just look for me and my wife's lovely picture, and that brings up the, I think that's where it comes up first. It's in a little circle, and it's for, anyway. You can go right there and then bring up the live video. It'll say live. You can also go to groups.io and put in MJSS for Mount Juliet Simplex Society, and look, and you can see our net schedule. You can see what our organization is all about, or misorganization. And you can also join the email list if you want to get on with it. There's about 200 of us there, many with very, very, a lot of credibility in ham radio. So if you have technical questions related to ham radio or even computers that relate to ham radio, just make sure you can ask the questions there. Or you can sell equipment if you like. Also, you can contact me at K4PEW, that's Kilo 4 Papa Echo Whiskey at ARRL.net. And that's, I'll be able to kick you to the right station or the right person if I can't answer it, and that's going to be more often than not, I think. Purpose of the net is to, well, wait a minute, let's go back up a second. We normally meet at 8 p.m. every Wednesday and Saturday, as we've been doing for the last almost 11 years plus. And Wednesday and Saturday, and of course tonight we're doing that starting here on 146.415, and then we move to, tonight we're moving to 144.240 upper sideband, and then to 50.135 upper sideband, and then to 223.415 FM. So it should be all set for that. The purpose of that is have fun. Figure out what you can hear, what you can't hear, figure out why, get a second job so you can pay for better antennas and higher elevation and new house and new dog, new car, all that stuff. But always get your XYL's approval before you buy anything expensive. You can get wire nuts and stuff and connectors, but don't be buying those stinking $10,000 tower unless you talk to her first. All right. As far as announcements, I don't really have any, other than the Sunday night net at 8 p.m. 10 meters done by KM4YRF. That's Michael, and he does the 10 meter tri mode net. Not a trying mode net. He does 10 meters upper sideband and moves to 10 meters. That's on 28.415. He moves over from there to FM on a secret frequency, and then over to C4 FM. Of course, you need a Yaesu radio to do C4 FM unless you know something about it. I don't. Is there any other announcements?
Paul, you're still on C4 FM.
Oh, man. You should have texted me, man. Now that I've messed up completely, I do have it. All right, why am I here? Hold on.
Well, I don't know, but I think you finally found your destination wherever you was to where you are now, KE4DEZ.
Yeah, I'm there now. I did it again. Hold on.
Isn't it fun getting mature?
Oh, yeah, I'm having loads of fun. Gets more fun every day. Forget where I live. Good to hear from you, Earl. Yeah, I'm sorry. I did the whole lead into that, but I'm going to just go ahead and start with where we are right now. That's K4PEW. It'll be on the web. It'll show up as the right place, but it wasn't showing up on the air. Everybody knows where we are tonight, so you really didn't hear. Maybe I ought to just program that lead-in thing. Anyway, this is K4PEW, and we're on net number 1151, starting from the north, and we'll be moving over to 144.240 after that, and then on to 50.135, and then on to 223.415. So we're ready to get started from the north, but we're going to take from short on time, mobile, or first time checker inners. Anybody that meet the category?
Kilo India 4 Sierra, India Bravo, Kilo India 4 Sierra, Oscar Romeo. Good evening, Paul. I'm going to be short timer tonight because I got things to do.
All right. I hear, well, I had three in there. KN for TJF, I believe that's who that was. And that's Rick in Ashland City, or West Ashland City. How you doing, Rick?
I'm doing good, man.
right. Short on time again?
I'm always short on time.
All right, must be a football game on.
I know, it's just at my age, you're always short on time.
Oh, I know that. Anyway, good to hear from you. You doing all right?
Yes, sir, I'm doing fine, Paul. Appreciate what you do, man. Thanks for letting me check in early because I got my grandson here. I'm busy, so I'll talk to you later, man. KN4, TJF.
Yeah, very good. That's Rick, West Ashland City, KN4 TJF. And then I got Richard, KI4SIB. Missed you this morning, Richard. And Stephanie, his bride, KI4SOR. Everything going all right, Richard?
Everything's under control. I slept in this morning because I went to Greenbrier this afternoon and kind of wanted to catch up on a little sleep as long as I could. But I'll be there next Saturday. You know, everybody's doing well. 7-3, everybody can hear my voice, and I'll holler at you when I'm not, and when I'm not in your way. Go on and with your bad self and did the net, and I'll holler at you later. KI4SIB 7-3, back to net.
Yeah, I even started my day bed. I slept right through my alarm, which is rare for me. And I didn't wake up till 25 minutes to 9, so I was late getting to the breakfast myself. Anyway, who else is out there tonight? I'm short on time. First-time check-ins or mobile?
WY4G.
Whiskey, Yankee, 4 Golf. What's up there, Jeff?
Good evening, Paul and Annette. Nothing much, just kind of trying to unwind, but don't know if I'll be able to stay awake during the nets, so I'm checking in early.
I got you, but everything's going pretty good, okay?
So far, so good. I got to find another way to mount my 220 antenna. That PVC didn't work out too well, so I got to find another way to get it back up in the air.
Yeah, you put a bunch of 4-inch PVC up there, it'll stay straight.
Yeah, I'm sure it would. But I'll find something else to, I'll find another solution to it.
Yeah, you don't. I tried that one time, some years ago. You don't realize how flexible PVC is until you stick it up in the air.
Yeah, especially you've got a coupling holding two 10-foot sticks together. And this is, I think it was 3-inch what I'm using, or it's something like that. But it just didn't work out the way I intended.
Well, live and learn. I did the same thing.
Yeah, well, I got some PVC in case I need it, and it's scheduled 40 on top of that.
Oh, you probably. I wonder if you could use schedule 80 and it would be a little better.
I don't know. I mean, this is just something temporary, and that's what it turned out to be, temporary. So I'll find another solution to my problem.
Yeah. Well, I hope it goes well. Anything else for the net, Jeff?
About covers it, Paul. I'll let you carry on. So 7-3 WI4G.
Yeah, that was Jeff in Madison with a really good signal tonight. Whiskey Yankee 4 Golf, nice clear. No, I don't see any effects tonight. We had some last week. They were kind of weird. But is there anybody else out there short on time, mobile, or first-time check-ins? All right, tonight we're starting from the north on net number 1000. Ronrico 151. Please come now north.
Before Juliet, you're off for a week. Oh,
I'm off of what?
I can barely hear you.
Isn't that funny? You're really, really, really scratchy to me.
I know it. It must be a big time between us now.
Sure you don't have a tractor trailer parked in front of your house?
No.
All right. Well, very good. I got you in there, Danny. I won't. Yeah, it's really interesting how this between you and me, it's gotten crappy last couple of nets.
I know it. I don't know what the deal is.
I don't know. Was it any better on 70 centimeters? We'll know in a little bit. Well, we'll know on sideband. I'll bet it's better.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you in a little bit. Thanks, Danny. That's Kilo Delta 4 Golf, Oscar November. We've had some spotty conditions. Usually Danny's really strong to me, and now tonight. Mike, how does he sound to you?
He always sounds good to me, Paul.
Oh, you're a liar, man. No, I'm sure he sounds good. Just to me, for some reason, I don't know what's between me and him, but it's not a good one for tonight. Anyway, who else is north? I heard the Gallatin. Who's the Gallatin station? Really rough from Gallatin and the station camp tonight.
That's Lucas.
Oh, very good, Lucas. How you doing? Give me your call sign again. It's Echo Hotel November. Is that it?
KR
KR4GMH.
Boy, I got that wrong, didn't I? Yeah, I got it. Kilo Mike 4 Golf Mike Hotel. I'm not. It is Kilo Mike 4. Is that correct? Mike, is it Kilo Mike 4?
Hotel, Paul.
Say again.
Echo Mike Hotel.
Oh, where did I get the GMH?
Because that's what I said. That's what I heard the first time.
Oh man, the blind, the deaf leading the deaf. Yeah, I thought it was Echo Mike Hotel, and it's Kilo Mike 4 Echo Mike Hotel. Is that correct? I can't hear that, Mike. Is that what it was? Kilo Mike 4. I want to make sure.
No, Kilo Romeo.
Ah, there you go. That sounds now it sounds correct. I thought it. Well, that was my weak memory thought it was, but I wasn't sure. Anyway, Lucas, I appreciate you being in there, but I can barely hear you. That's annoying because I used to be able to hear you fine. You're rough to me from Gallatin, and Danny's rough to me from Station Camp. So something's going on, and I don't know what it is. Maybe I just need to make sure my antenna's up to speed here. Anyway, who else? Lucas is in Gallatin, by the way. Kilo Romeo for Echo Mike Hotel. Who else is north?
WB0NOO.
Good. You make me feel better with such a good signal, Mark.
Yeah, well, good. Lucas is like 10 over to me, and so is Danny. I don't know what the deal is. I guess I'm 5 miles closer to him than you.
Yeah, but you wouldn't. I didn't used to be that bad between those stations and me. It didn't used to be that bad at all.
Yeah, especially Danny. He has just always been really strong to me.
Well, if it was just Danny, I'd blame Danny, but it's Danny and Lucas.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I think maybe you ought to check an antenna. But I've got you at 30 over here.
That's what I mean. I mean, it could be me, but I don't know. Maybe my antenna started to sink into the ground or something.
Well, you never know. Or maybe they built something tall next to you.
Nah, nothing. Did I tell you, I double-checked on my elevation, and it turns out I'm the highest position, highest elevation in all of just Mount Juliet now. Not the county, but Mount Juliet.
Yeah, well, that's good. If you just had a 50-foot tower, you'd be perfect.
Yeah. Did you see the announcement I put on YouTube? Boy, there goes that thing again.
Yeah, that was an APRS packet again. I don't know. No, I didn't see what you put on YouTube. I'll have to go look.
Yeah, go ahead and look. I think you'll get a kick out of it. Anyway, that was Mark. Do you have anything else, Mark?
Nope, nothing else.
All right, that was Mark. Whiskey Bravo 0, November, Oscar, up by the lake in Wilson County, northwest Wilson County. Who else is north?
KE4TWI.
Yeah, you sound good going up to the northeast there, Wes.
Yeah, you sound good. I've heard everybody so far. Everything good in Possum Town. KE4TWI.
Yeah, it sure is. It's all good here too, but that weird thing I'm getting between Gallatin and the station camp down here, it sounds like both of them are either off frequency or I just can't hear them because of the just the level of it's not a good reception at all.
Well, Carlin will be a good barometer if he's in there. KE4TWI.
I don't know. Carlin's over farther to the east from me rather than I don't know, because Carlin's been good to me recently, so I don't know what's going on. I've never heard him this bad. Not on 2 meters. All right, that was Wes. You got anything else, Wes?
Nope. Go ahead. KE4TWI.
Very good. That's Wes, and he is in Possum Town. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Whiskey India. Who else is north?
KD4VUW.
Oh, very good. You got a nice signal to me there. You don't have any problems listening. Can you hear Danny at all?
Yeah, I've got about what I normally have on him since he, did all his moving his antennas down where he could build his addition on. And when he gets around finally getting his stuff back up where where it'll be up there, I'll have a real good signal on him. I've got about an S1 on him. I've got 40 over on you up here.
Well, very good. Yeah, conditions for some directions are good tonight, and Danny's been bad to me the last couple of nets, so I don't know what's going on there. And Lucas as well. I can hear Lucas. So you doing any good?
Yeah, I guess I'm doing all right. Just sitting here listening to Ned. I was in there watching the TV. Cheyenne Social Club's on Channel 13 out of Bowling Green. I was watching that and getting a chuckle. So, on me. But other than that, I don't know. I hadn't looked out to see if the big old moon was up like it has been the last couple of nights. I know it was a full moon on Monday, and it's been kind of like a partial moon, three-quarter moon or something like that, but it's still been being pretty big, so I don't know. I hadn't looked out there to see if it's out there again or not tonight, so I don't know. I guess you're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing fair to middling, as they say.
But that's good, so that's all that matters. You know, you're still vertical. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, mostly I am, sure. Anything else good going on, Carlin?
Don't guess so. I'll hush up and let you get some more check-ins. So with that said, KD4VW turning it back over to net control.
Yeah, very good. That's Carlin. He is in Angeltown, Bethpage area, Kilo Delta 4 Victory Uniform Whiskey. Who else is north?
Kilo Quebec 4, Oscar Mike India.
Hey, Mike, how you doing? Oh, no, I didn't. I just got the name wrong. This is Daniel, isn't it?
Yeah. I was like, oh, that must have been someone else double with me.
Yeah. I don't know what made me do that. I just had the word Mike on my brain here. You doing any good?
Oh, yeah. I had to miss breakfast. I had all the grandchildren over, and I didn't have a school bus to bring them to breakfast with me.
Oh, they're much more important than our breakfast.
Oh, yeah. They keep me energized or wear me out. I'm not sure which.
A little bit of both. You know, that's the best part about grandchildren is you can spoil them and then send them home.
Yep. Sugar them up, send them back to mom.
In fact, you might have started, I don't know how old they are, but just give them a couple of cups of coffee.
Yeah, I got them from I think the youngest one is 6 or 7, and the oldest one is 9. Or no, the oldest one's 17. So I got a range.
Well, the 6-year-old doesn't need any caffeine. They're a ball of fire all the time.
Oh yeah. There's no stopping her.
That's great. I'm glad. All my grandchildren, my 3 grandchildren, are all in Florida, so I don't have much I can't do much with them, you know.
Yeah, ours are in the frigid north in Portland, so not very far.
Oh, I got you. Not Portland. You're not saying they're all in Portland, Tennessee.
Yep, they're in Portland, Tennessee. My sister's in Portland, Oregon, so we've got a corner on Portland.
Oh, wow. You know, I learned the other day, you know the reason that Portland is called Portland?
Because they have ports?
No, it was named to duplicate Portland, Maine.
Yeah, I'll be darned. You know, I used to live in Riley, Indiana, and Riley's name before it was Riley was Portland because they had a canal going through there. It's nothing. There's probably 100 houses maybe in Riley, but yep, it was changed from Portland to Riley.
Oh wow, that's what a thrill to have 3 Portlands in your life, you know.
Yeah, I'm Portland now.
Yeah, I got a kick because I lived near the Erie Canal. It goes, you know where it goes from. It goes from Lake Ontario, right there, on the Niagara River, over to the Hudson River, all across the state. And of course, the towns that it goes through all had locks, and instead of calling them ports, they were locks that you went through. And the one that was nearest to me was Lockport, and the one that was next down was Gasport. I said, I'll never live in a town called Gasport.
Yeah, we were, let's see. Oh, I remember if it was Lyons or Clyde that was right on the Erie Canal there by us.
Oh, yeah. That's really is an interesting history on that canal when you read about it, because they dug it once, and then when it got so much traffic later on over the years, they decided to redig it and make it deeper and wider.
Yeah, a friend of mine here in town, he took his family up there, and they did a tour. So they took a ride down the Erie Canal, and went through the locks and everything. So that's kind of cool.
Oh, I've never done that. I've been around the locks, and I don't think I've ever actually been on the Erie Canal. Isn't that funny? I lived up there for 22 years. I never was on there.
Oh yeah. There's a great bar there in Oswego right on the locks. We used to sit there and watch the traffic go through.
There's not a lot of traffic except for residential, for amateurs,
Oh yeah. It's not like it. It's not like it was.
Well, it is fascinating when you realize, when you think. I try to imagine that all those barges were moved with mules or horses all the way from Buffalo, New York, all the way to the Hudson River.
Oh yeah. That's crazy. You see the ones out here? They got those huge coal barges with, the boat behind it. Oh my gosh, I got behind it on the boat one time, and all that about knocked my boat over. All that turbulence.
Oh, it's unbelievable how much. Did you ever see the props on those barge pushing boats? I'm not even sure what to call those. The barge pushers.
Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be amazing because I know I went behind it. Now we were like in the air and sideways, going, "Oh crap! Let's not do this again."
No, you don't want to be in their prop wash for sure. But again, those guys who run those craft are really skilled people because they're pushing, I don't know how many thousands of tons of crap up and down the rivers.
Oh yeah, and the Cumberland is there's nothing straight about it.
No, I noticed that on the map. It's but again, just like the Mississippi, well, not just like, but it's a major route, or still to some degree, it's a route for I don't even know what they haul on there. Do they haul coal as well as agricultural stuff?
Yeah, they do haul a lot of coal. Mostly we see coal when they go by, but I imagine just about everything.
Yeah, well, it's just interesting to me that's. It just, I don't know, with trains, you'd think trains would be better, but obviously barges are competitive. I don't know. I used to wonder about that with, I'll give you the silly example. There used to be a sailing craft, a wooden sailing craft, I say commercial, I don't know how big it was. I'm going to say it was 150 feet long. And it was strictly sail, no motor, no nothing. And at the time, they was only brought to Tampa to be an educational ship for maritime, for kids, to bring them on the ship and show them maritime stuff. And I think they went out in the Gulf of Mexico under sail for training. And so I did it myself. I went down there and toured it myself with them. And it was actually fascinating. So I asked the guy who's running the boat, the sailing ship, and I said, well, where'd it come from? And he already told me, I think. And it came from either Norway or Sweden, I forget which, or Finland, one of those three countries. I said, wow, they brought it away over here. And I said, what was it used for there? He goes, it was exclusively used for like 30 years hauling rocks from one country to another. I go, holy crap! You mean they loaded up this hull with rocks? I said, he goes, yeah, it's a lot cheaper than running engines to haul it.
Oh yeah, the sheer weight. I mean, the ones around here, and then we're going up to Owensboro here in a few weeks, and those barges going up the Ohio River, they amaze me because they're just huge and they're heaped over.
Yeah, it's obviously it's a viable thing, that whole deal about hauling stuff it's really out of most people's view unless they've seen it. And it is fascinating, really, the things that get hauled either by rail or by, like you said, by barge, or even those are the two major ways of hauling lots of huge amounts of material from one location to another. But if you've ever looked at some of the big train traffic that goes between, say, Chicago and Los Angeles, and I forget the name of that run, it's just almost a straight run on rail between Chicago and Los Angeles. You ever see that on the web?
Oh yeah. We thought about going out there on rail one time, but from here you'd have to go up to Chicago really to go anywhere, and man, that's a long ways out of the way.
Yeah, by rail too. It's very slow on passenger rail because of all the stops.
Yeah, I know there's some faster ways, but we looked into it and then we thought, nah.
The best way you could do it if there was an express bus to Chicago, and then you could get on the train.
Yeah, I'm not getting on a bus.
No, I'm with you. My favorite places are bus stations,
Yeah, I hang out there.
Anyway, yeah, it's really the upper crust that goes there to the bus stations. Anyway, anything else, Daniel?
No, well, when you get your Pasoda on there, I'm going to get a Hoda to Pasoda for you.
Yeah, how do you like my little play on words there?
Yeah, the Pasoda to the Hoda, that ought to be good.
Yeah, Yeah, I thought about that. I thought, man, that's pretty cute. Because I don't want to scan. Because I looked up the SOTAs, the Summits on the Air, and they have this method where you certify you in the location you want to work and has to meet certain criteria. And I go, nah, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, I do the parks on the air, but the summits on the air, it just seems complicated.
Yeah, I said, nah, I'm not trying to. If somebody wants to check in when we do that, or I do it, I don't. It's fine with me. But I just thought it'd be a good idea sitting in the backyard on battery, or maybe on commercial power and battery, and just seeing how people respond to my soda. So my Summit's on the air, so I'm not scamming on the SOTA.
That'll work. Anyways, yeah, I got nothing else. KQ40, my back to net control.
Yeah, now hopefully everybody's gonna go looking at the page, so they'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that was Kilo Quebec for Oscar Mike India Daniel, and he is in Hendersonville. Who else is north?
KB9RKK.
Okay, got 2 in there. KB9RKK. Frank, you doing well?
Hey, Paul. Yeah, I just got here. I just got off the phone because I'm on call again. But you guys are. Who wants to take the 53-hour train ride to California from Chicago?
Is it that long from Chicago to L.A.?
Yeah, it's the Amtrak. Yeah, 53 hours.
Yeah, that seems ridiculous, doesn't it?
Yeah. It would be interesting, everything but the Chicago part.
I guess. I mean, train traffic, I've only been ridden on one train as a passenger. I think it was only one, maybe 2. And it's nice at first, but then you're watching this stuff go by, and most of it's not. It's just open fields, or forests. You're not really going through cities.
Yeah, I bet when it goes through the Rockies and stuff, it would be pretty cool. I imagine. I mean, I did the train. They call it the L tracks over there. The elevated, even though it's not all elevated. Some of it goes in tunnels. Some of it goes mostly on the ground. But I did that. South Shore had along Lake Michigan going to the south suburbs. They used to take that every once in a while. Back when it was more relatively safe to be there.
Yeah, I have been on. I would catch the train when I had Liberty from Great Lakes down to Chicago and back, and that was fun. But I barely remember the ride. I was just happy to be out of basic training for a day.
Oh yeah, and also it's not only that it was quite a while ago. It was also the northern part's really nice. It's not. It's actually it's kind of a nice area, but yeah, it would be cool going through the mountains and stuff. I mean, I've been on the fast trains in Germany. They move really fast, about 168 miles per hour. Those are pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd want to be on the Japanese high-speed train at whatever it is, 300 miles an hour, because you wouldn't even be able to see anything unless it was far away.
Yeah, it doesn't go. They have to start and stop, so they have to accelerate and decelerate. But they will slow down, like if there's multiple stops coming up. But in between the major cities, it will get up to 300 kilometers per hour, which is 168. So that's pretty cool. It's going pretty fast, and the countryside is perfect speed for that. Now, once you get by the buildings, they start to whiz by, and it's not. You don't really see nothing. That's why they slow down for safety. But I'll tell you what, if I had nothing else going on, nothing to do, it would be kind of cool to try it once. But man, 53 hours. I wish it was faster.
Now, you don't have to get off the train on that 53 hours. It just slows down and stays at stations for a little bit. That's the reason it's so slow.
Yeah, it stops in San Francisco. It stops in Reno. It stops in Sacramento and Salt Lake City. And I'm looking at it right here. I mean, it's got a bunch of stops. It goes through a tunnel, some canyons, and, it's by a lake. And it looks pretty cool. The pictures, obviously, they're going to show the pictures to try to get you to do it. Who knows what it costs?
I'm going to have to take a look at that because I did not know. I didn't realize it went through San Francisco first.
Yeah, it ends at Emeryville, which is near San Francisco.
Okay, I thought it went to Los Angeles. I didn't realize that.
Yeah. Well, Route 66 goes from Chicago to L.A. That's the road that does that.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm just getting old and confused. Then I'll have to look up another time what those routes are. There is one on the web, and I don't want to spend a lot of time on this, but there's on the web. They've got cameras looking both east and west at a station. I want to say it's in. I don't remember where it is. It's west of Chicago on the rail run, on the railway, and the town actually has the reason it's just you can see people getting on and off the passenger train, and of course you can also see the commercial traffic going through on the, sometimes it's all commercial traffic, sometimes it's not. I'll have to look that up. You know what I'm talking about? It's on the web.
Yeah, I've seen stuff. I haven't seen that particular one, but I've seen that kind of stuff before. But yeah, I'm looking at the map. It goes through, obviously Illinois, Iowa, Nebraska, cuts through the corner of Kansas, goes to Colorado, Utah, Nevada, and then into Northern California, ends at San Francisco, basically. So I bet that Colorado through Nevada parts, or even through California parts, pretty cool. I just don't like the city it starts in or where the city it ends in. Sorry.
Well, for what it's worth, Frank, Chicago isn't such a bad place. It's certain areas of Chicago that are pretty bad. But I also was surprised when I was up there north of Chicago, going up the road, whatever that road, not highway, up north as you go north of Chicago along the lake. There's some beautiful towns north of Chicago on the lake.
Yep. And one of them there, I don't know if it is the case anymore, but when I lived up there, it had the highest per capita income in the United States. And that was by Kenilworth. It's where all the movies, Winnetka, Wilmette, Lake Forest, all the movies where they're in Chicago, they're not in Chicago, they're up in those suburbs. And that's why I said the place you were at by Great Lakes, everything between Great Lakes and Chicago, I can't afford to park there, let alone live there.
No, it's, Chicago, when I was there in about 91, so that's, what is that? It's almost, 34 years ago when my son was graduating from Great Lakes, Illinois in the Navy. And the parking, I went to the Sears Tower, and I believe it was $25 to park in the parking garage.
Yep, in 1990s when I was driving through there, and I accidentally got in a movie. So I'm in a movie for a few seconds. I'm driving by as Dennis the Menace is saying goodbye to his parents on the porch. There's a blue Mustang that would allow the exhaust going by. That's me.
Oh, that's funny. Anything else for that, Frank?
Negative. I'll have to tell you next time I see you about my trip last week. I was on vacation. It was our anniversary, and I was up in Michigan, but it was like California. And I didn't make the breakfast this morning because of on call. But next time I see you, I'll get some pictures for you.
Oh, that'd be great. Anyway, that's Frank. He is here in northwest Wilson County, or actually northwest of Mount Juliet, but kind of up out there in the far northwest. And that's KB9RKK. Greg, I got you in there. That was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I've noticed most towns of any size have an airport road, something called airport road. You know why, don't you?
Well, to distinguish it from a railroad?
No, there's an airport generally on that road.
Yeah, I'm sure. Usually, I'm sure there's some towns that used to have an airport on that road.
Just to screw with you.
Well, I don't know. I do remember that. Where was I? I think it was Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham has an airport road, and just before you get to the airport, you're going through a cemetery.
See?
I always thought that was kind of a bad idea.
Well, in case you're on final.
Anything else for the net, Greg?
No, that's bad enough.
Yep, that was Greg, Kilo Delta 4, Charlie Victor Echo. Anybody else north? All right, over to the west.
KG4ILV.
Very good. I know you're not on Airport Road.
Nope, not even close.
Well, it was nice to see you this morning, even though there was only 3 of us there.
Yeah, I was going to say it's good to see everybody at the breakfast.
Yeah, it was easy to say hi.
It was. All right, I'll let somebody else check in. Thanks for doing the net, Paul. KG4ILV.
Yeah, Jay, just to be clear, this is Saturday night's net.
I don't know about that.
I'm with you. I'll have to ask Alexa what the scoop is. That was Jack, Kilo Golf for India, Lima, Victor, and he is in Donaldson, which is apparently inside Nashville, the county, city, metropolitan area. Who else is west?
And 4DJT.
Man, what a big signal. You got your amp on there, Donald?
Nice, Strap. You got a big signal today, too. You're almost S9.
Man, see, did you hear me earlier? I was trying to talk to Station Camp and to Gallatin. I couldn't even hear Gallatin, and that's usually a no-brainer to me.
I had no idea, but I couldn't hear him either, so, don't feel bad.
Well, I can understand it, because from Gallatin, you're probably 45 or 50 miles from there, I think.
Yeah, it's about that. It's pretty far.
Yeah, so how are you doing, Don?
I am doing good. A little tired. I've been spending the last 2 days beginning to clean out this disaster of a radio room / office that is completely disgusting and nasty. Had stuff piled up everywhere. It looked like Saffron and Son. And so while I was cleaning out and throwing stuff away, lots of stuff, found a lot of stuff that was unopened. So it was like Christmas. Found a bunch of stuff. I have enough to make 2 more complete full ham radio stations. Cover HF and VHF, UHF I discovered. And a whole bunch of other cool things I forgot I had bought. And so now I'm working on cleaning off my bench so I can have a place to work on this stuff. About halfway there. Hopefully by Tuesday it'll be done. Well, the first part will be done.
Yeah, I can't imagine. You have been much more active, much longer than I have, and I have a crap load of stuff. And I have to look and say, why do I have 4 HF rigs? Why?
Yeah, I sold one, and the other one is my Shack in a Box by 9100, which I'm not selling, but I am going to probably give it to my youngest son to use when he passes his ham license, which he's studying for. So I'll give him that, and a couple antennas. He'll be all set to go. So some of the stuff is being put aside. Some of it I'm going to use, but man, my trash guy is going to have a fit.
Yeah. I mean, you plan on getting rid of some of the other stuff, the excess?
Sorry, you called me in the middle of eating a cracker. Yeah, some of it I'm going to get rid of. I just got to pile it up. And I also cleaned out a Silent Key shack up in Clarksville 2 weeks ago. Not a lot of good stuff, but some of it's probably useful. But I have to test it out first before I do anything with it. So hence I need to clean up my bench so I can work on this stuff.
Right. Did you see any of that stuff that was in the Schulman auction out of St. Louis today? I mean, this week?
No, I didn't. I'm not looking for any renewed gear. I'm good enough. I'm laser focused on trying to get these in. The antenna's finished built up, and that was my other project. We are slowly but surely cleaning out the garage, so I'll have a place to work on the antennas again. So we're about halfway through that project too. So hopefully within the next week, everything should be hunky-dory to QTH, and I can get back to doing what I like to do.
Yeah, it was interesting. I got to tell you, though, it was interesting to see what was in the auction, because I didn't know. I read it, I said, okay, and then he even says it came from a hi-fi, it didn't say Silent Key, but it was all hi-fi receivers, FM, AM receivers of all kinds, but mostly Fisher. Fisher? Yeah, Fisher. Receivers and amplifiers, and for it almost looks like some of it's commercial with phonographs. Man, really nice stuff.
Somebody passed on to the next world and left their precious collection behind, and the estate doesn't know what to do with it, put it in an auction. There's going to be a lot of those coming up.
Well, it is interesting. I mean, even I look at it and I go, I'd like to have it, but I don't need it. I want it, but there's no reason for me to own. Cause what am I going to do? Drag out my 50 albums and start listening to them on a phonogram?
Right. I mean, one I understand, but what are you going to do with 50 of them?
Well, what I'm getting at is it's a beautiful equipment, but you go, man, I'd love to have it. When I was young, I couldn't afford that kind of equipment, but now who uses quote hi-fi stereo or quadraphonic equipment? Nobody.
Actually, lots of people. There's a big market out there for that stuff. A lot of younger people are looking at analog stuff, and they dig this old stuff, records and stuff. I mean, there's even the 8-track world out there where people are into 8-track tapes. So you'd be surprised. There's a niche out there for that stuff.
Oh, I'm sure. But if there is one format that sucked among all of them was 8-track?
For convenience, yes. For sound quality, it was superior to cassette by far.
Well, I loved it when I realized that, and that's a long time ago. But when I might have had to take it apart. I don't recall, but whether I did that or I just saw it in an article. When I saw how the tape made it on that reel, I went, "Oh, that was ingeniously simple."
Yeah, I used to when I was doing audio and visual, we used to have carts, and the carts are pretty much work just like 8-track tapes. They're in the same kind of cassette format, and they used to have to do manual splicing of tapes because there was no digital editors back then. So you literally had to listen to the headphones, spin the tape to where point you want it, make a cut, use some literally a piece of tape to hook the tape to the next piece of tape, and then keep going.
Oh yeah. I remember doing that to my reel-to-reel stuff.
Oh yeah, I used to make tape loops and echoes all the time for my band. I had a 15-foot tape loop going one time. It was funny. It sounded really cool.
Well, let me move on. Anything else for the net, Don?
No, my friend, I appreciate your time and all you do, and everybody have a great weekend. And for DJT.
Very good. That's Don in Bon Aqua, November 4 Delta, Juliet Tango. Anybody else west?
KC4 TNQ.
Hello, Charles. You still got a real? You still have a phonograph record player?
No, I thought it was coming back, but I hadn't. Just not in the market for one of those. I'm probably going to go more digital.
Well, digital changed everything, didn't it? I know there's actually, I think, a company in Nashville that still makes disc. Makes phonograph discs. 33 1/3 discs.
Oh yeah, that white guy. He's got a shop over there, and right near the roundabout in that middle of Nashville, off 8th Avenue. I think he's printing records.
I think that's the one I read about. Yeah. So there's still, like Don said, there's still a market for that stuff, and it'd be for people who can afford them. Because I can imagine now, what's an album cost to buy? $25.
I have no idea. Most time I just listen to stuff on the apps on my phone. So that's if I'm gonna listen to music, that's where I listen to it. It's got where I can't really turn my nice receiver in the house on anymore, so I just listen through headphones.
I tell you what, though, it is. I don't know whether it's nostalgia or it's exactly what you hear, but when you're listening to an album that's on a fresh. A record, a good quality record. It's amazing the sound quality that comes in on the analog on that needle.
Yeah, they say it's got a lot more, I don't know, maybe bandwidth or something other sounds more natural. I don't know, but, everything now is digital, so that's just the way I'm going to go.
Yeah, I know. Pretty soon you won't even know if it's real. It's all just AI.
That's one of the things that's kind of got me here lately. Is you can be watching stuff on YouTube, and then you find out it's AI. I thought, man, they need their own channel.
Yeah, it's going to make it difficult to have fun with it if you don't know if it's real or not. You don't really know.
Yeah, it's crazy how AI has changed that kind of stuff. And I don't see how they even produce that stuff. I mean, I guess the computers are doing it, but man, it's crazy.
Well, you heard about, I'd have to look it up because I saw it on the news. There's actually a company created an actress. And, it's got a full-blown actress who has all the features and, everything. She can do certain things, I guess, as an actress, a real actress, movie actress, TV actress. And she even has an agent. It doesn't exist. She's just a company that has an AI-generated actress that looks really realistic.
I guess it's got to the time where they can just make anything. You don't know whether you're watching it real or not.
Yeah, I wonder if you look up that actress, and you can look up, and they created a whole family of, like, here's her mother and dad, and here's where she grew up, and it gets ridiculous after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like I say, I think they need their own channel. If you want to watch AI stuff, you can watch it. Just leave the other alone.
Well, I think that's what, hopefully people will understand that, and I think most people will, is that when you're watching TV, they're using AI to change people, old actors, so they look younger in the movie. They can do that digitally.
Oh, yeah, well, I haven't even thought about that. You know, I like the special effects and, you know, like sci-fi movies and stuff, but, you know, I hadn't really thought about it being AI. I guess it is, you know, in the way you think about it.
Well, if they make it so that it's indistinguishable, because a lot of times when you see effects, you know they're effects. You know it's not a explosion that blew up New York City, you know. But if it's in AI, they can make it look like it is New York City.
That's the truth. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it's going to come. You know, they just going to change the way everybody looks at stuff, and they don't know whether it's real or not.
I know what we can do is we can start a war between China and us and do it all on AI. See who wins.
Quick comment.
Here go, Don.
Yeah, don't let the AI fool you because you're being fooled. The raw AI looks nothing like what you see on the screen. They actually use special effects on top of the AI to make her look more natural. AI cannot capture human motion at all. It's real easy to spot when you look at the raw AI. The eyes give it away. Digital can't replicate human motion correctly because nature doesn't calculate pi, but a computer does. So all the circles try to look like circles, and the movement gets all jacked up. So they're working on that, but the large language models they're using now are not going to be it.
Wow. Yeah, because I noticed that even the AI technical things, you know, look something up on AI and you ask it questions, and it makes mistakes and, you know, makes wrong assertions.
Yeah, garbage in, garbage out, man. But don't be fooled by the AI hype. It's going to take over some jobs, but it's still easy to spot. Anyhow, let's get back after it, Paul.
Very good. Thanks, Don. Yeah, yeah, Charles. It's going to be an interesting thing that happens, and of course, you know, at 76 going on 77, I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy much AI down the road.
Mispronunciation of wordage as well.
Oh, I'll bet it is. Yeah, you're right. Hold on one second there, Earl. So anything else on that, Don? I mean, not Don, but Charles.
That's it. You carry on, and we'll think about your soda plans, maybe using Coke cans for an antenna. Anyway, y'all have a good evening. KC14Q.
I thought that was a pretty good play on words myself. At any rate, that was Charles, KC4TNQ. Who else is West? West or South?
K4QQ.
Hey, Tony.
Well, I ain't got anything to share, and you're backing up, so I'm going to let you go. K4QQ.
All right. Well, I'm just going to sit here until you got something to say. How's that?
Yeah, you need to move on.
Very good. That was Tony Smyrna. We talked earlier on the what do you call it? This on the DMR net. And that's Tony in Smyrna, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Kilo Foxtrot Quebec. Who else is South?
Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor.
Oh man, you got a big signal tonight compared to couldn't hear you at all, Larry, on on D-Star.
It's working funny. I don't know. We'll let you know when it's Paul. I know Earl's right there waiting on KU4. That's why.
Oh, Earl's champing at the bit. That was Larry, Kilo Echo 4, Sierra Yankee Victor. In Rockvale, who else is South? Over to the east, Earl.
What about TYJ?
Oh, there you go. KE4. Well, wait, that's right. I'll take you first there, Jimmy. KE4TYJ. You sounded really good over there on D-Star earlier.
Well, thank you, sir. You sound good yourself. It's so digitally, it sounds funny in my ears.
Yeah, and it's well, I don't know. I can't see it. The best one we've found is on that C4 FM. It really seems to get out better, and it has very good audio, at least per DMR. And I'm not sure I could say it, because C4 FM, D-Star seems pretty good locally. It really does.
Yeah, according to ICOM, it's the most popular, but that's, ICOM's going to say that.
I would say it probably is. It's been around for 20-something years.
I didn't realize it's been around that long, but eventually I'll get into the whole star and see how it works and all that. But yeah, I'll get into it.
Yeah, no big deal. It's what you know the deal. You don't have to be anywhere. If you enjoy what you're doing in ham radio, you don't have to go anywhere else.
Oh yeah, this is true.
Yeah, very good. I had no interest in, early on, I could have cared less about any digital modes, at least on FM or, C4 FM was a little late comer, but I knew about D-Star, and the reason I struggled with the idea in my head, not that I didn't understand what it was doing, but I thought to myself, if you have a signal on FM modes, on FM, not on HF, or any of the modes, if you have a signal that I can't tell who's there, they can't identify, and I can't identify them, why is that okay?
I don't understand.
I don't either. But it's there, and it seems to be working okay, so who am I to ask,
Well, if you have D-Star and you see the signal on D-Star, it's so far. So with the other modes of transmission also, well, you had to be on the same mode, so I get that.
Yep, no, I understand. And obviously, who's going to tell ICOM no from the FCC?
Probably nobody.
Very good. Anything else for the net, Jim?
No, sir. Y'all doing a great job. Good to hear people like that. I'll stand by. KE4TYJ.
Yep, that was Jim in Woodbury. Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet. Nice signal. Nice to hear from him. Who else is south or east?
Okay, I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Okay, very good, Stan. I was expecting to hear Earl, but he didn't come back quickly enough. How you doing? How you doing there, Stan?
Doing pretty well, Paul. How about yourself?
Doing great. It was such a beautiful day, man. It was. It's unbelievable how nice this week's been.
Yeah, the past few days have been pretty nice.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad it's not raining, even though it makes the lawn and the trees look better. But we're coming up on fall, so we don't need any more growing things to mow.
No, I'm glad it's turning up a little bit cooler.
Oh yeah, it is nice. It really is nice. Although I was standing out in the parking lot after the breakfast this morning talking to Brian, and stood out there for a while. Man, even though it was only 75, that sun is still pretty strong.
Yeah, roger that.
All right, very good. Anything else for the net, Stan?
No, that's all, Paul. I won't hold you up. Back to the net. Okay. HQE.
Yeah, that was Stan. He's in Lebanon. Kilo Mike 4 Hotel, Quebec Echo with a nice signal. He's about 17 miles due east of me. About due east. Who else is east?
KE4 DEZ, are you ready?
Yo, I'm ready, man. How'd you get such a big signal, man?
Well, it's kind of like previous conversations I've been listening to. It might have all conditions is the only thing I can explain. The trees are falling off, or the leaves are kind of falling around off the trees in the neighborhood. It might be time of year to make compost, but I don't know. I'm just speculating. What do you think?
Oh yeah, no, I don't. No, you've got an S5 signal to me. I was just looking a second ago, and your audio is good, big, and your signal's only an S5. And I wouldn't have guessed it was. I would have guessed it was 10 over, but it's only S5.
Well, daggone, I guess this little old boom icon Howell aftermarket microphone is doing its job on my little old rinky-dink audio show. What do you think?
Oh, it's doing great. How you been doing? I haven't heard from you in a while. You doing all right?
Well, yeah, I'm doing okay. A little bit slow, because I've been since I don't know how long it's been. Back in this time last year, I started investigating how come I fall into what I call the grizzly bear syndrome. But they narrowed it down to a one word is hibernation. So I've been trying to figure and work through not to do that. So anyway, that's where I've been, and that's where I'm at right now. I'm still work in progress. What do you think?
Oh, I think we all are, Earl. Well, you weren't just getting out into the public very often. Is that what the deal was?
Well, there's more to it than that. But I ain't going to get into all that. But, yeah, I was just, earlier I thought I'd get into a short time, but then again, it's been so long since I participated in a net, I thought I'd hang in hang on tight and enjoy the ride. Is that all right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have you here, Earl. It's good to hear from you.
There's been a lot of subjects passed around, and this, that, and other, and I'm come to be not so good at two-way conversation, but I'm practicing tonight. Okay.
I think you do pretty darn good as long as I've been talking to you. Where else can you hear this on the same net about the Erie Canal, the railroad between Chicago and California, the how long it takes to get there, and let's see, what else did we cover? Oh, the elevated railway in Chicago, based along the lake in Michigan, in Michigan. I'm sorry, Illinois. No, we just cover a lot of territory. And it's also along the Cumberland, the freight that is hauled on the Cumberland River. So we cover everything here. No, nothing's out of limit. Well, some things would be out of limits.
Well, it was a great tour, but and I didn't even have to leave my yard to ride down a train and ride on a boat, and sometimes glad I never got in the submarine.
Well, I've been on 2 submarines, and it's especially on the old World War II submarines, very confining. The new submarines, which is the new submarine I went on, has been decommissioned for many years. I was only on for a day, so I wasn't spent a whole career on there. But the new submarines are so modern, you think you're in a spaceship. They're beautiful things. But that old Navy boat from World War II, man, it's why they call them sewer pipe sailors.
No. Okay. I can somewhat understand that, but I had a thought go through my mind that was, not so pleasant. But anyway, can I share a little bit of educational purposes of I've been trying to learn for myself for a little bit? I don't mean to hold you up. If I am, just let me know and I'll shut up.
No, you're doing all right.
Well, currently, I'm trying to figure out all this here home backup power sources in terms of, some call it being off-grid type stuff, and things like this, that, and other, trying to understand I got a generator sitting on my front porch. This is gasoline operated. It was too heavy for myself to get on my front porch. I had to get help to get it over here. And now I'm thinking about maybe a smaller one. But then again, there's 2 or 3 different ways to make those things work. There's solar, and there's whatever they call them devices and stuff like that. So I'm having a hard time making up my mind. There's so much stuff out there now. If you want to include the AI crap, they got robots for that now. You could... Well, anyway, I ain't going to get into all that because it's not appropriate.
Well, I think you can... I'm pretty sure you've probably narrowed it down to, if you've got a generator, obviously you need an automatic transfer switch or a manual transfer switch to your home electric. And I don't know what you're going to do for... Because solar, obviously you need a battery back, some form of battery backup. And that gets pretty pricey, I imagine.
Yeah, well, that there switch adapter to keep it from back feeding off of the to the lines when people are working on it. That's that's a number 1 priority as far as that goes. But I got an outside shed or outside garage or outside this, that, and other where I could run and hide, or anyone else as far as that goes. that may need lesser power just to run 110. I mean, you know, there's so many different products and names out there. I just curious if anyone out there has a ideal of you know, Blue Eddie, Zachary, or one of the. I mean, you know, you can plug it in, and if the sun ain't shining, you can hook it up to a gasoline propane operated generator and recharge it that way. And of course, then again, I don't want to get lost, but you know, there's a thing about D-Star that you know, maybe so, no, maybe not. There is software out there, and it is an internet actually provided device, digital like thing. I mean, just like HF, they got that other stuff, software to make that work too.
Yeah, you know, with those kinds of things, there's many ways to skin that cat. I don't know. I've thought about that myself, and I've never done anything with emergency generators in the house. But it occurred to me that if I was going to do it, particularly here in Tennessee, I wouldn't try it. I would have a generator, but it only needs to be big enough to handle my refrigerator. And now if I had an electric water heater, but I don't have gas water heater, so it would hold up pretty well unless the gas line got busted. But all I need is the refrigerator if I had a freezer, which I don't, and lighting. So that's a relatively small load. And because the fact is, in Tennessee, most people can hack their way through no air conditioning and sometimes no heating. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. But I've here in the last well, it's been happening off and on for several times. I mean, you know, it's kind of like in my area, I get my home electricity from Middle Tennessee Electric, and sometimes I get these little outages. You know, they are during some storms and things like that, where I got to go around and I got to reset my clocks on this and that and stuff like that. But then there are other times when it's kind of like there's an automatic flip switch to where it doesn't create no I guess power surge, if you will, but you know, because you know, it's like a flipping switch from A to B, if you will. It still stays on, but there's a quick blink of an eye to where it goes off, and that kind of affects sensitive stuff like that. So it's kind of like maybe, kind of like you're saying, what do they call that? A uninterrupted power supply that you know, kind of basically what I'm getting at, I guess, to protect my you know, my radio equipment and my TV and computer stuff. Am I going off the deep end, or does that make sense?
Oh no, I mean, I'm with you. It's just that all those little thingies and gadgets involved with that stuff, it gets pretty pricey. You know, that's what I always think of. And I've never done anything like that here. I used to, you know, I managed a hospital plant that had 2 emergency generators, fairly big emergency generators, and automatic transfer switches, and when those things fired up, I thought the earth was coming to a standstill because they were a pretty big generator. But you know what I'm saying? It can be complicated and expensive for very little benefit, because you may never need it, you know, when it's really bad. I mean, how much gasoline can you keep on your property to keep your house going?
Well, I understand that scenario. That's the, you know, that's the worst thing. That, you know, it's kind of like why I got a generator on my front porch. It's actually still in the box. I haven't really open it up to, of course, it's large enough to power my whole house if I hook it up correctly, or have someone do it for me. And but just the just the basics to keep things just for when they click the switch, or maybe when a storm goes by, and maybe I'm concerned with the basic of a uninterrupted power supply. If there's anyone out there that may have a recommendation or tried who's what and what's what type thing, because there's so much information out there. I'm getting overwhelmed, and I'm just reaching out to see if anyone else has an idea of it could be a $2,500 purchase, but I don't think I need anything like that type purchase. What do you think?
Well, I know a guy over in Hermitage. He decided he'd put in a gas generator, a whole house generator for emergencies, and it cost him, I think it was $11,000. Pretty pricey.
Well, I'm just thinking of something I can plug into the wall over here, and then plug my sensitive electronic devices into that. And so when there's a flicker of power, that device is going to take over and not create a surge from, of course, I got one of them there Foreman Doofenkies filters over here for my stuff, and something basic. I don't want no Generex type ordeal, but okay.
No, I hear you. Well, if you were really concerned, because you figure with power surge slash just spikes, etc., that come with transfers in power, you figure even when you're not home or when you are home and there's a loss of power, it just drops out. And when it fires back up, it fires back up. You have no control over it, and it's affecting anything that's still plugged in, like your refrigerator and your freezer and whatever else you got plugged in. And that seems to go fairly well. I think I'd be like you are. You'd be almost more concerned with your radios, and you can get a reasonably nice uninterruptible power supply. It has its battery built into it, and it's a regulated supply that can feed everything. Your power supply, you can hook up your power supply to it, and your radios to the power supply, obviously, and it'll keep you up for a while. And if you have an emergency generator, you can just hook it up to your main house power, and of course it then powers the uninterruptible power supply to keep things running. So it's not too complex. I think you could get away with very little dollars doing what you're doing.
No, okay. Well, that makes me check my way of thinking that it's not so bad after all. But then again, I've been in a circle of people letting me know I overthink things too much. Okay, so I was just trying to clarify and share, and it's getting to be hard for me to AI, don't let me get started on that, because in YouTube on AI and mispronunciation words and what was it before they started with AI? They started calling it clickbait.
Well, there's a lot of things that are clickbait, that's for sure.
Okay, well, let me get off here then, Paul. You're running kind of long and everything like that, and no one else seems to want to jump in there and share in between our key ups, or even if they did, then maybe I quit key too much. But anyway, happy Saturday to each one and all. And there you go. And I'm trying to do better, but it's rough and tough, and so I guess no one else will. I ain't by myself. Anyway, KE4DEZ 73, y'all, and appreciate you letting me participate in this Saturday night net.
Yep, sounds great. It was always good to hear from you, Earl. Don't be a stranger. We'd love to hear from you. You're welcome to call me anytime if you like. We can talk things through on something. Even if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll be helpful. No, I have some experience with that stuff, but yeah, let me know. That was Earl, Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu, and I think my number's on the. I'm not sure where my number is. 615-795-7396. Alrighty, 615-795-7396. Who else is east?
KM4YRF.
Hey, congratulations on staying upright for the net.
Well, I'm struggling a little bit at the moment.
Oh, I'll bet. I think I'd lay down.
I'm probably going to have to here in a second.
And everything else going okay with the daughter and the son?
Yep, everything's going along.
Well, going along doesn't mean it's going good.
Well, it's going good. Everybody's taking care of me, and I'm doing everything I can.
Well, as I've stated, if you need something, let me know. I'm nearby. My wife's available on her days off are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
All right, well, good deal. 600,000 in small bills would be a big help.
It'd take me a while to work that up. Maybe another lifetime.
I thought you were going to send your wife over with it.
Oh, well, I can write a check for any amount. I don't know if you ever noticed that.
Oh, yeah. All right. Carry on, Paul. Thank you for doing what you do.
Yep, that's Michael, KM4YRF. He fills in for me when I'm out of town or sick or whatever. In the hospital, he's done that. But he's here in Mount Juliet. And he's doing some struggles health-wise due to his back surgery. And so you'll be praying for him. KM4YRF here in Mount Juliet. Anybody else? Any place, anywhere?
How about rows of pennies and nickels and quarters? I ain't got no bills.
Well, you're going to need a big truck to work $600,000 up in rolls of coins.
Well, yeah, you got a point, but if you go through the rows of pennies, you know, some of the pennies I got is worth more than metal than what they are worth cents as they're nomenclated as.
Yeah, I heard either today or yesterday that a mercury dime is now worth $10. You know which dime I'm talking about? The one that's got the image of Mercury supposedly on the surface.
Yeah, I think that was an older dime than I am. Is that like a one of those platinum, or it ain't quite silver, but it's kind of looks silver dime?
No, it's a form of silver. It would be preceding, I think, the Eisenhower dime, if my memory serves me right. I'm not sure about that. I have to look it up myself. I used to collect coins when I was only, how am I, 16? Yeah, only 60 years ago.
Okay. Well, let me get off there. Hi, Mike. There you go. KE4DEZ. I'm clear. Off the net. Just listed.
All right, very good. That was Earl again with some small change. Who else? Anybody? Place anywhere?
W4WXQ.
W4WXQ. I don't think I've talked to you before, have I? Or am I just forgetful?
It's been quite a while. Name is Chris. I'm down here just east of Murfreesboro.
Okay, very good, Chris. Man, you had some good weather just like us down there, haven't you?
Oh, it's been really nice.
Yeah, very good. What kind of antenna you got down there? I forget.
Comet GP6.
Oh, yeah, great antenna. You're doing a good job up here.
All right, sounds good. I just wanted to check in. Hope everybody's doing good, and hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend. W4WXQ.
Very good. That's Chris in near Murfreesboro. Whiskey 4WXQ with a really nice audio, very nice signal, with a Comet GP6. It's not the biggest comet, but that one's working good for wherever he is at that elevation, man. It's doing a good job. Who else? Any place, anywhere? And we're moving on to the dilly-dalliers, spuddlers, landlubbers, sandbaggers, lollygaggers, lurkers, skulkers, slackers, lackeys, toadies, lackers, repeater chunkers, shape-shifting lizard people, moon landing deniers, and those that stand up for the moon landings, the supposed, alleged moon landing. And there's people living on the backside of the moon and aliens living in the moon. It's actually a spaceship for aliens. That's my understanding of that criteria. And let's see, flat earthers and those that deny a flat earth, and scanner listeners, SDR donglers, preppers, end time survivalists, and of course the Bigfoot believers, which is really, there's nothing to not believe about Bigfoot. Who else out there?
K1SPD.
Well, there's one thing I can count on, you being on top of it there, Scott.
Yeah, I had to shake myself to get awake again.
Well, I don't know. We had a pretty active net tonight, don't you think?
Yeah, I'd say so. A little long-winded.
Yeah, well, a little bit, yeah. But we try to make it fun by covering topics.
That's it. Well, you're already past 2100. K1SPD. Thanks for running the net.
Yeah, very good. That's Scott and Laverne telling us we're long-winded. I'll take it as a compliment, since that's what we're doing as a net. Nets are made to be talking about things and whatever suits their fancy. If there are any more check-ins, because we're going to go over to 144, 240. All right, that's where we're going. Let me switch over there. Okay, we're here on 144, 240, looking for check-ins from the north. Please come down. Check-ins from the north, 144, 240.
Kilo, Quebec 4, Oscar Mike, India.
Hey, Daniel. I'm going to change your name to Mike since it's more suitable. Yeah, you got a good signal. I can't wait till Danny gets on there to see how it sounds on upper side, man. Who else is north? All right, KD4 VUW, but man, really low signal. But I've had that problem before with Carlin, but I can still hear him with the headset on. Who else is north? Anybody else north? Can anybody hear anything up north? Wow, everybody went to sleep, I think, because I know that normally Danny's in there on this band. All right, over to the west.
KG4ILV.
Yeah, you sound good, Jack. KG4ILV, and it's Jack and Donaldson. Who else is west?
KC4 TNQ.
Yeah, very good. Appreciate everybody hanging in there for the long-winded net. It's Charles in West Nashville. Who else? Anybody else west or south?
K1SPD.
Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta. That's Scott and Laverne. Anybody else? Over east?
KM4YRF.
Very good. We got KM4YRF, which is Michael over in he's east of me in Mount Juliet, behind Providence, so to speak, if you know where that is. Who else? Did I hear somebody else in there? Anybody else east?
Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu. How copy? Over.
Ah, you're doing fine on this. You sound better on FM, but you're coming in good, Earl. KE4DEZ. How copy me?
No, I got you about big on over 6 or over here and whatnot. But conditions are what they are.
Oh yeah, no, I can still copy. It's no big deal. I mean, that's what's kind of nice about the sideband. It seems to get through a lot of crap that FM can't. Anyway, that's Kilo Echo 4 Delta Echo Zulu in Noreen or Stick City or Cedar City, whichever you choose. Who else is east? Anybody else east at all? Or anywhere? Anybody anywhere, Danny? All right, we're missing some people, but we'll live. I'm going over to 50.135 unless somebody jumps in there.
Forgive me for being long-winded. I didn't mean to take up so much time of others.
That's all right, Earl. We owe you, man. You skipped a whole bunch of nets, so you had to get airtime, man.
Okay.
No, when he's talking long-winded, he means me, not you.
Well, I ain't gonna touch that one, but if I did, you got lost on the beginning, and daggone, at least you worked through to find your way.
Oh yeah, we're doing fine. I've been only doing this for, what is this? All right, so we're in our 12th year, so I think I got it figured out pretty well, Earl. Appreciate the comments. Anybody else on 2 meter sideband?
Kilo Echo 4 Tango Yankee Juliet.
Oh man, you just jumped in there, man. You found us before we jumped over to 6 meters.
I'm sorry, I had to take the dog out when I got back. You're all here on sideband, so I kind of had a good idea where y'all be at.
Hey, is your hand all healed up?
Oh, well, I'm probably about as good as it's going to get. I have very little movement in the finger, in my middle finger. I can't make a fist. I can flip people off pretty good. It doesn't move very much at all, and that might be the only movement I get back.
Oh wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know, that kind of thing you can't do. Just like I have some, long-term things that I deal with, and I just live with it. You learn to live with it.
Oh yeah, it doesn't really slow me down a lot. I still would rather be able to use it and make a fist, but I don't drop as many things as I used to with it, because I realize that it just doesn't work. So like you said, you get used to it and you learn to live with it.
Yeah, you learn. And even with a couple of things I have, you just learn to live with the. I'll call it a discomfort, or it's not necessarily a pain, but it's a discomfort you don't want, but you'll just live with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So some things are a little bit harder, but holding knives and forks, and stuff like that, and manipulating bolts and screw heads and what have you with your left hand. It's kind of tough to do because you just can't manipulate. It doesn't work.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. You go, how come I can't hold my hand like I used to? Anyway, appreciate you being in there, Jim, and I'm glad you caught the tail end of that. You were number 9 here on 2 meter upper sideband. Is there anyone else out there still hanging around?
I changed my input outfit frequency on my radio. Seems to be drifting quite a bit. Is that, you hear me any different there, Paul?
No, you sound pretty much the same, I think, but you got a nice signal.
He's on frequency now, Paul. KE4TYJ.
Okay, was he slightly off frequency? I didn't notice.
He was off earlier, and then after he come back after I shut my mouth, he sounded better.
Ah, very good. So you apparently were off frequency, and now you're back on it there, Earl.
He was on the frequency I was on. Let's put it that way.
Ah, yeah, I'm with you. Well, very good. Good to hear from both of you. Who else? We're going to move over to 6 meters if nobody complains.
I'm on 240.25 is what my readout looks like. What's yours look like?
240.
And mine is also 240.00. Okay, so mine's drifting. I don't know how to fix it, but I've been told how to fix it, but I haven't got there yet. Okay, KE4DZ. Thank y'all very much. 7-3. I'm cleared.
Very good, Earl. Yeah, I hope you can get that fixed. I know I can do an alignment on this radio, I think, but on one of my other radios, I have to actually take the radio apart to do it, and I don't want to do that. I forget which radio it is that does it. I think it's my 897 that does it. Anyway, we're going over to 6 meters, 50.135.
Did I check in on this one, K1SP?
Yeah, you already checked in here on 70. 2 meter upper sideband.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I must have gone back to sleep.
Well, since you can't remember, you need to give me that $10 you owe me, man.
Doggone it, I just don't know where it is.
Yeah, very good. We're going over to 6 meters. 50.135, the last I heard. Anybody ever going over there regardless whether you scream or not? Alrighty, here we are on 50.135, looking for check-ins from any place, anywhere. Very good. We got KE4TWI. That would be Wes in Possum Town. Who else? Anybody else out there on 6 meters? Please come now. Very good. I got you in there, Charles. It's not a big signal, but it's full copy here with the headphones on. That's Kilo Charlie 4 Tango November Quebec. Who else? KG4ILV. You sound good, Jack, in Jackson Donaldson. And Charles is in West Nashville, if I didn't say that earlier. Who else we got? Is anybody hearing stations I can't hear? I feel like there's somebody out there. Nothing. It must be those voices in my head again, because I can hear voices. At least I think they're voices. You know, pretty soon with AI, somebody's going to develop, they'll do nets, and you're talking to a computer that does AI, and he'll sound better than me. Is anybody else out there on 6 meters? Please come now. Nobody. If anybody is on 6 meters and I can't hear them, which I can't hear anybody besides the me. Of course, I can hear me. KE4TWI, KC4TNQ, and KG4ILV. Email me or text me to let me know, because I can't believe we only have 4 people that can reasonably get out on 6 meters. It's just kind of interesting, or don't care, one of the two. It doesn't really matter, but it's not like it's any earth-shattering thing. But that's all we got. Is we had 4 check-ins, and we'll leave it at that. That's K4PEW. Thanks for checking into this net, as well as that. It was 4 on 6 meters, 9 on 2 meters upper sideband, and 24, a pretty decent night, on a bit above average on 2 meters. So we're going to go. And on DMR, we had 4 on DMR, 5 on D-Star, and 7 on C4 FM. We're going over to 223.415. Have a good night, everybody. K1 SPD, very good. Kilo 1 Sierra Papa Delta, of course. That made number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here on 6 meters. That's Scott in Laverne. Anybody else? All righty. Now we're going over to 223. We'll see you there. K4 PEW. Goodbye. Good night, YouTube.